keep you entertained. I'm gonna dazzle you with my words. Although if you listen closely, you'll hear the hurt. Testimony. Telling everyone stories to implant memories of none other than Yahweh. Testimony. Mind sloppy, but soaked up in it is a story of grace, love, and a promise that not even the worst of things could stop me. I don't remember when the lies began to rule me. I really can't even remember when Satan started to think that he could fool me. But it went something like this. You're not worth anything, because if you just keep quiet and tell yourself to go on a diet, it'll patch up the lies that the mirrors have been feeding you, which I'm surprised that you were even eating into. Desperate to be thin, I searched prices for liposuctioning out my fears, my doubts, because really that's all I wanted. I just wanted out. And while I thought not eating was the answer, I was only feeding into more of that ball and chain kind of master, the one that said, release your stress with cuts, you'll feel better after. Except while I was using bracelets to cover up slit wrists, I was sinking more, drowning more, almost lifeless. The lock on my door only helped me fester in my sin, because once I started cutting, something else started happening. Cuts gave birth to a baby of depression, which quickly grew into an adult's obsession. I was lost. Understatement of the year, I was trapped in a 5'7", blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl that was scared. I started to think that maybe the cure was found in a man's body, so while I knew my innocence was important, I kept pushing the limits of what was godly. One decision can be pricey. I know from experience, because the ones I made have been costly. Life-altering. Don't want to wake up in the morning regretting night's past choices, wishing to be someone else, but still showing up on Sunday morning to attempt to get spiritually healthy. I knew the way out. I knew in my mind it involved change. Inside, outwardly, everything being rearranged. I knew that Christ needed to invade my bloodstream, my organs, my innermost being, my everything. It took falling enough times to realize that it was on my knees where I should have been all along. I said it was my knees where I should have been all along, because it was there I had an encounter with Christ. Scripture became my nourishment I needed to survive. More sustainable than any food, it was my bread of life. It was there I found authentic healing. Prayers covering my cuts, and it stopped my internal bleeding. Worship allowed my worth and value to be redeemed, because while tears fell from my eyes, it became my heart's loudest scream. And with that said, to the girl that had an abortion, to the guy that clicked one too many images on the web, to the shoplifter, to the drug dealer, to the alcoholic, to the anything that's kept you in captivity, you are released and set free, because freedom doesn't discriminate. It's for you and it's for me. And because of that, I am thankful. I am thankful. I am thankful that God is God and I am not, because now I'm secure in knowing that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, not because of anything in my work, but because of the price he paid. And while my testimony isn't finished and the process still remains, I will forever give God glory. I will forever bring him fame. You are, I am, we are God's workmanship. Let him be the author that writes and rewrites your life's manuscript.